the unconscious Nikolai in the hallway. And
I'm going to guess that I am somewhat panting and leaning against this pillar that I'm next to. Kind of looking at my own hands like, what the fuck? Not looking at anyone in particular, like I'm not looking at Dove or Mother, but I'm kind of like, and just like looking at my hands.
All right. How are the rest of you reacting?
How many bodies are in here? There was like 9 of the side archery type guys, right? And then
yeah, they were spearmen. There were 10 spearmen,
and there were 3
and then there were
head-looking
2
people, and 1 teleported away.
Yeah, one vanished into like he stepped into this like portal made of shadows.
Okay.
And he had almost like a porcelain mask.
So I'm definitely checking the 2 lead-looking ones for any insignias, any markings of office, anything that would give away any organizations they might be working for, anything along those lines.
Yeah, I'd probably follow suit with not the big ones though, with like the other people on the ground.
All right. Amongst the group, you don't find anything that could be identifying apart from a strange symbol on a very fine looking cloak that was worn by the hooded mage. There is, I mean, if you guys kind of split up, there is quite a bit of, gear, trinkets.
Yeah, that was my next thing, is to cast Detect Magic and gather up anything that glows.
There are two magical items.
Okay, I'll mark down a spell off my thing here.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and pass them directly to you.
Okay.
Dove. So from the body of the mage, you find the cloak that I mentioned that was glowing, that had a very strange rune, a symbol, and then a crossbow glowing as well. Now there's quite a bit of other stuff. Are you guys just gonna do a blanket search?
Yeah, just for stuff that's unusual, and maybe any coin, because we always could use some coin.
Okay.
When I do come to my senses fully, I'm going to go back into the hallway and collect Nikolai. And if he's still there in the hallway, I'm going to bring him in to the room.
Okay. Before you do that, I'm going to tell you what you got. So.
Well, we can't identify them until we rest.
No.
Oh, other stuff. Okay.
There's other stuff.
Okay.
So there's a number of gems and items of value. I am going to give them to Mother, who is the bag of holding.
Party treasurer.
Yep.
Turn one of Mother's limbs and hollow it out.
And Mother, you can move these to the bag of holding if you so desire.
Wow.
All right. Now, Mother, here's what you guys find for coins. So if you want to go ahead and add these either directly to your bag of holding or to your character sheet, I don't care which. Just let me know when you're ready.
Guessing.
I didn't make a note that Dove is badly injured.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking at my sheet.
All right.
Okay, I'm ready to
I still-
add money to
I
the.
still have
bag.
slots I
Okay.
could use for cure spells, but I'm holding off for now just in case.
162 platinum pieces.
Okay, 162.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, brings me up to 334. Is that-
278 gold pieces.
Ooh.
268 was that?
78.
278.
Mother, I don't think you can see Mother because Mother is behind this pillar.
Oh, right. Yep.
All right. 107 silver pieces.
Uh, 21. Okay.
And then 32 copper pieces.
Hey, we are at a little over 5,000 gold value.
Sweet.
So yeah, Mother's reaction first is also before gathering all this stuff into the bag is, or just leaving it out for other people, is kind of looking at Lob saying, Lob, status?
Mr. DM, where am I in my reasserting of my mental capacity?
You at this point, you probably didn't help too much in the gathering of loot.
No. But like, am I still
but-
looking at my hands, or am I going in, or am I in the hallway looking for Nikolai?
So I wanted to get the loot out of the way. But while they're looking, you're free if you want. You can move into the hallway.
Right.
Does Dalapash have his own healing abilities?
Yeah, I think he has cure wounds.
He does.
And Mother is also kind of looking at this machine here, curious what it is.
Lob,
I think it's like
as
a
soon
pillar
as
of
you
light or
step,
something.
you see a knight who immediately holds his hand up to you and says, "Stop right there."
Does he have any like insignia or that thing that would be on his shield, coat
Like
of arms?
heraldry.
Heraldry, yeah.
He is wearing a purple cloak.
Okay. Do I know what that means?
City guard or something, right?
Stoosh
canoe.
Not necessarily, although you have heard the color purple associated with Montrechard. Step closer. He tells you to take another step.
I kind of grunt loudly and say, "What if I don't want to?" I kind of say that loud enough that the rest of the group could hear me.
Sure.
The door's
So
still
all
open?
of a sudden you hear, both doors are open. All of a sudden the rest of you hear that Lob is addressing someone very loudly.
I'll go pop my head out.
As you say that, Lob, you hear another voice that says, "I am afraid that would be a mistake."
I don't talk to shadows.
Then come closer and let us see.
Why don't you come closer?
He takes a menacing step. I'm not going to warn you again.
Fuck you.
Do we see anybody else? I can't see anybody, but probably because of the corner here.
Yep. You guys will know when you see anyone else,
Okay.
because you will have control of that.
Okay. So all we see right now is this one guard that Lau's talking to. It looks like.
Can you even see that?
When I do it,
Oh, now you can.
when I draw a box on the screen, I can suddenly see what everybody's tokens.
Oh,
can see.
alright. Shared vision.
Yeah.
Shit. He said.
And we completely look like we've just been in a massive fight.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
covered in blood.
Oh.
I'm pretty wounded at the moment.
Some of you.
Well, yeah.
Take a step. Everyone into the hole.
Oh. Under whose authority?
Surely there's been some misunderstanding here.
You hear a sigh.
Oh, Mother's in the hallway.
By order of House Jarasco, and on authority of the 12, please step into the hall.
Why didn't you open with that?
Mm-hmm. That's not one of the houses.
Move now!
That's not one of the
The
ones
knight
that-
shouts.
All right then. That's not one of the ones that we're supposed to be negotiating at all with, is it? I always get them confused.
Yeah, no, no.
Okay. So what does this house usually manage?
Jarasco is the healers, correct?
A halfling
Oh, that would make sense. Yeah.
cleric approaches. Now in the hallway, you can see Dr. C4
Oh.
attending to Nikolai. There are several others with them. You see 2 humans. The one in the back has a very fine looking longbow. And this one is an elf who has some type of a staff, and the halfling approaches. As she does, the knight takes a step forward. Relinquish your weapons.
I'll smile and hand over my weapons.
Just unequip them on your character sheet.
Right. Which is the little hand, right? No.
Or you can right click. Maybe it might be the hand. I don't know.
Unequip. Yeah.
I know you can right click and unequip.
Yep.
Okay. Does everyone hand over weapons?
Yeah.
I'll hand over my staff.
I didn't draw a single weapon that fight.
Shield. The guard closest to you asks for your shield as well, Mother.
Why?
Because she said so.
Yeah, I don't think this is the time to be non-compliant.
Very well.
Dalavash hands over his sword and his longbow.
Now, do we have standard edition Dalavash, right? No DLC?
That's right.
Okay. Just making sure.
No DLC. Yeah, this isn't the first time we've played without Dalavash, is it?
No.
The human fighter comes, helps collect the weapons.
Be careful with those, I say. Some of them are priceless.
The knight just doesn't say anything. the human
Excuse me.
fighter actually inclines his head politely towards you. The halfling steps forward. He comes back. This guy actually goes over here with all of the gear. This guy joins him after collecting the gear. Well, I'll say both of them stay pretty
lot of
close.
stuff.
Yeah. Between the three of them, they got everything kind of slung and held over their shoulders. One of the knights, the first one that talked to Lob, says, "We will now take them into custody." The halfling turns around, like she's kind of sitting with her back to the wall. She turns to him, turns back to you, and says, "I think not.
This is a matter
They
that
have
12
been
needs to resolve. Oh, sorry.
disarmed. You will wait in the hall. Yes?" The two knights move reluctantly and go into the hall. One looks like they're taking up a position on either side so that no one can really, get out, but they're kind of out of earshot.
Which one's
The
the halfling?
human right here.
Why don't I see anybody there? That's weird. Huh.
You don't see.
Yeah. That's strange.
Hmm.
What if I go here? Nope. I don't know. That's weird.
Now?
Does anybody else see a token there? Is it just me?
Yeah.
Right here?
No, it's
Yeah,
just
I
you.
see them.
Huh.
Try dragging a box.
I did.
Oh.
Refresh, man.
Yeah, okay.
The human fighter turns to the halfling and says, "I'll keep an eye on them." Nods towards her and goes to the end of the hallway.
Oh, yep. Oh, there's 2 more tokens that weren't there before.
Oh, look at that.
Huh. Very strange.
With that, the elvish doctor approaches as well.
If he doesn't say anything right away, I would like to ask him what Nikolai's condition is.
Go ahead.
Just say, how is he doing, doctor? Is he okay?
He sighs. He is not. In addition to that, your friend in the back made quite the disturbance.
I just kind of glance over my shoulder for a second. Don't really know what he's referring to.
What has he done?
You mean apart from beating someone under my care half to death, causing a panic out in the courtyard?
You need to keep better track of your patients, Doctor.
Ooh, excuse you, Lob. Jeez.
I warned you that he needed care, he needed rest, and that
The patient was making a run for it.
He was not kept here under duress. He was free to go as he pleased. He sought out all. He was fully capable of leaving on his own. However, we have many sick patients here, and your display has caused me no amount of problems that my staff and I must now deal with. If it were up to me, I would hand all of you over to the City Watch. They
Good
are
luck.
very anxious to take you. He gives all of you like a very pointed look.
Doctor, how aware were you of what was going on in that room over there? And I point to the room we just left.
He holds up a finger. The only reason I am not is because I have a deep respect for SETI. And he nods his
I
head
hold up a
towards the
finger,
halfling.
not the same finger.
God.
And she has convinced me to wait. I will leave her to deal with you while I escort my patient back to a room and see to restoring order to this place. And with that, he walks, kind of gets up Nikolai, who's still mostly kind of delirious, and he kind of helps walk him up and out. And with that, the two doors close.
Mother says to the halfling, I would apologize for my compatriot's behavior if I could. However, we were separated, and that man led us to an ambush.
I'm gonna
She narrows
move
her eyes.
kind
Yeah.
of back into this hallway.
Okay.
Nikolai.
Do they make a point to stop me from going out of line of sight?
No.
Sure.
We have many questions for him.
As do we. Show me. You say you were attacked.
Affirmative.
Yeah, let's lead them into this room.
Yeah,
Show
Saf's
me.
just gonna start walking.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
The leader teleported out, wore a porcelain mask.
Hey, slow down, kid. Here. Go over here. Alright, there you go. Close the door, please. She she kind of looks. She looks around. She comes over to the body of the previously robed figure.
I'm probably just like holding the robe in my hand at the moment. What else would I do with it?
Put it in the back folding.
It's just kind of folded up and draped over my arm.
Sure.
Yeah.
Her other companions go out.
Mother's going to watch their reactions closely, particularly the halflings to the maid. So in case it's applicable. Wow.
Better not be.
All right.
A 9 on a natural 1. That's pretty good.
Who the hell's rolling for me?
What are you rolling insight for?
I'm watching
He's
their
watching-
reactions to this, particularly
Oh.
to the maid.
Okay. All right. After kind of studying the corpse for a little bit, she motioned Shesa to me, and the woman with the longbow heads over. Malawi, if you please. And she also comes over, and they kind of gather around. Seti takes out a small brazier, puts some incense in it, and begins casting a spell.
Can I tell what spell they're casting?
Roll an Arcana. Yeah. Between the words she speaks, you know that she is casting Speak with the Dead.
Ooh.
Does she have a holy symbol on?
She does.
Okay, I'm gonna try to identify it just. Wow! Try!
you
word.
can't get a good look at it.
Wow, I've never seen Onatar's symbol before.
So as the spell ends, the corpse jerks, not rapidly. It just moves. The head kind of tilts back. The mouth comes open. And while like making motions, Seti rises. She was like crouching down, like almost in a squatted position. She rises to her hands, holds up her holy symbol towards the body, and she speaks to the corpse. She says, "Who are you, and who do you serve?" And without breath, there's no rise and fall to the corpse's body, but the mouth opens, and almost in like a whisper, words come out. I am no one, and I serve the master.
Helpful.
Why were you here? These have been troublesome to my lord. We were to destroy them. Again, the mouth doesn't move. Sounds, inflections. It's easy to understand. She looks down at the corpse. She turns to you, Dove,
Mm-hmm.
and she motions you over. Quietly, she whispers to you, do you have any idea who these were?
We were just
Now, one
beginning.
thing I probably should have said,
Mm-hmm.
these soldiers, the spearmen, all of them were undead.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah, that makes a difference.
The knight was also undead.
Oops.
I don't think I have a theory on who they represent at this point. So I would just say we're still trying to work that out. We were beginning our investigation when we ran into you.
Did they have anything on them?
This robe,
Any identifying
not that I
marks?
could find.
May I? She holds out her
course.
hand.
Yeah, I'll hand it over.
I know this. She points to the symbol. This is an old symbol, but we have seen its like before. She turns to the body once more. Do you serve the Order of the Emerald Claw? They have forgotten much. We are true to the blood. Everyone would know what that meant. Originally, there were 13 dragon marks. The 13th dragon mark has not been seen in millennia. And that was because the 13th mark was the mark of Vol. And the entire bloodline of those dragon marks was pretty much wiped out due to the line of Vol basically was heavy into necromancy and very dark magic. Everyone is free to roll a history check.
Did I bother tonight? No.
Yeah. I would say you would know the Order of the Emerald Claw has ties, especially after the war, has ties to the Blood of Vol cult. But the Order of the Emerald Claw actually started out basically as a mercenary company on behalf of Karnath. There are rumors that they were betrayed, but either way, the nation of Karnath has cut all ties, and for the most part, the Order of the Emerald Claw is seen as basically terrorists. Seti hands the cloak back to you.
I want to ask, are they active in this city, or is this a new discovery?
She looks to you briefly. I'm afraid I cannot answer that. We are newly arrived to this city ourselves.
Yeah.
She turns back to the body and she says, almost as if part of a ritual, I ask my final question to thee. The body moves, almost an eager movement. Ask your question. Who is your master? What is his name? He is the Doombringer, the rightful heir, the last of his line. And he will destroy the houses, the traitors. All will burn. And with that, shivering, the head going up once more, almost as if in an ecstasy. And then it slumps, lifeless once more. With a great sigh, Seti gathers her implements, extinguishes the small brazier that she had been putting incense into, packs everything away, nods towards her two companions who gather the body between them and carry it out.
What happens now? I say to the halfling.
She looks over and kind of prods. She heard you because she looked at you, but instead of answering, she walks over and prods, removing the mask and just making a sound of disgust. She sees the others now. Some of the helms have now been removed from the sorry. Some of the helms have been removed, and she can see that they are in fact undead.
Are they like long dead or recently dead?
So things would probably fall into place once you know of their association with the Order of the Emerald Claw. Because you know that they like Karnath themselves used undead soldiers.
Right. I'm just.
Um,
I mean,
so
like, they look like really, really, really old soldiers. I would think, based on the condition of the flesh remaining, if there is any.
you know they're not recently dead, but that's probably all you would be able to
Okay.
know. With a sigh of disgust, she takes a step towards you, and she holds out she reaches in behind her tabard, behind her belt as well. You can hear you hear a snap, almost like a button, and she pulls out like almost like a leather bound card, holds it out to you, and hands it over. And you recognize it immediately because you all also carry one.
Mm-hmm.
She has identified herself as a member of the Servitors.
Okay. Just give her a knowing nod.
She's just got her hand out to take it back. I'm assuming you give it back?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Not even sure I ever took it. I just kind of look at it and nod.
Oh, okay. She puts it back, and looks to you.
Show me yours, I'll show you mine.
Yeah, I mean, she actually seems to be taking it for granted, as if she already knows.
I will
Who?
I will flash the edge of it, wherever it's hidden on my person. Just kind of like an acknowledgement that I have one too, but not taking it completely out.
Mm-hmm. She nods appreciatively, and since you guys are kind of all spread, she kind of stands, not directly facing Dove, but kind of facing all of you. Now, Lob, are you just out in the? Oh, Lob's not even here.
He's out in the hallway.
He
Okay.
literally just got up. That's funny.
Okay. She kind of addresses the four of you. We were sent here after being notified by Dr. Cypher. This is not the first situation like this we have encountered. Again, looking at each one of you in turn, we were alerted when Nikolai failed to contact our order.
Yeah, he seems to be under the influence of whatever it was that ordered our execution. Or it shall report it out. Report it out.
If he's not involved.
I don't think he's involved.
I was able to take a brief look, at least to confirm my suspicions. He has some type of curse, but it is unlike anything we have ever encountered before. All normal magical means of healing him have done nothing. Healing those like him. Whatever dark methods they are doing, we know these things. It's not a normal curse. Restorations of many kinds have been totally unsuccessful. And I know if Nikolai is is like the others we have found, he truly believes that he is working for the 12 in betraying you. I would not take anything he has done or said personally. Whatever influence he is under, so far we have yet to find a cure.
What about the doctor's involvement in all this? How would these, and I make a broad gesture to all the undead down here, how would they have gotten down here without assistance? Well, I guess we saw the teleport, but...
I would imagine now there are many doors and passageways that Dr. C4 has no knowledge of, no access to. Before you came down here, this corridor and the one to the north have been sealed for who knows how long. As for the doctor, this place and many like them maintain close relationships with my house. He is a dear and personal friend.
So you
I
vouch for
trust him.
Yeah,
I
good.
do. And more importantly, he trusts me.
That much is evident.
My man will have collected your gear, and I trust my team will disperse the knights. We will have your equipment back to you immediately. But I would ask, we will be taking a long look at Nikolai. I will not ask your orders, but my understanding, and she looks a little uncomfortable, is that Nikolai was your case manager.
Mm-hmm.
She reaches in again to like a large sack and pulls out like a small envelope that is sealed with an official stamp from the 12. You can take this to any House Civis speaking stone, and your new contact will be arranged.
Yeah, we definitely need to do something like that. I was going to suggest contacting the head office somehow and figuring this out.
Are you staying here in the city?
We are.
I would like to be able to contact you in the event that we learn anything from Nikolai. Well, anything that we can trust. And she hands you another envelope that is sealed, this time with House Jarasco. You can leave. This will establish a drop at any House Civis stone, and I will leave a message for you. Alternatively, my team will be stationed here for the duration. Dr. C4 has all of the accommodations I shall need.
Is the House Civis Stone like a phone booth?
Yeah, so the speaking stones are controlled by House Civis and also operated by House Civis and form basically a continental,
Right.
messaging service.
But are they
Uh,
conveniently accessible to the public, or do you need?
absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
So
Yep.
kind of like a payphone.
Yeah, except one without privacy, really,
Okay,
because it requires a House Civis operator.
Right there with you. Okay.
So, yeah. So, if I were you, I would head back wherever you are making your home. While I trust my team to disperse the knights, they will undoubtedly be watching. I am confident that they will have no justifications to apprehend you or your team. However, they seem to want you quite bad. And she gives you a questioning look.
We've had a couple run-ins with a few of the officials in town.
The
Almost
purple,
exactly like this.
the
Mhm.
purple party faction very much distrust, wants to get rid of the
Mm.
12.
The governor's not happy with us either, or the 12 in general. Yeah.
My team was briefed somewhat on the status of the city, and I am aware of the governor's leanings.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what your mission is,
I'm starting to wonder if we do either.
but if your team is like mine, then I fear for the 12 in the houses.
Why do you say that?
I wonder, when is the last time that Nikolai gave you an update?
3 days ago? 4 days ago?
Well, from the 12, though? A
Right.
while,
Well,
because he's been working with what
right,
he
we don't
needs to
really know.
do. So, a while.
She braces her shoulders back and like stands very straight. I am of House Jarasco, but I serve the 12. Above all, my house is on the verge breaking away.
From the
Our
12?
counselor has left the Order of the 12.
Hmm.
He has not officially resigned, but the Archmage of House Jarasco is no longer at Korth. There is talk that other houses mean to do the same. less and less, the counselors hold sessions.
Hmm.
There is now open conflict between House Deneth and House Thrashk. There are whisperings of Idalis. And crap.
Oh crap.
Fjarlin.
Hmm.
House Fjarlin and what's the other one? No, it's not Madani. Tharani. Have openly attacked my house.
Why is that? May I ask?
Oh, there are reasons. The leader of our house has been assassinated,
We didn't.
but not before we were blamed for the assassination of a prominent member of House Fjarlin. Something or someone is breaking the houses.
Hmm. From the inside, it
Less-
sounds like.
Less and less are we able to trust one another. And every day I hear of new rogue servitors. With that, she scowls.
By rogue servitors, do you mean people running around claiming to have the authority of the 12 and doing whatever means they feel like doing?
No. I am talking about servitor cells betraying the 12.
Hmm.
Cells being lost. Often we have no interaction with one another. But as we plan to stay in this city, to be honest, you're the first cell I've known about. I've heard talk. I'd recognize a few. But if it comes to it, know that my team will support yours. If, and she again looks at each one of you, your loyalties lie with the 12. With that, she nods.
Yeah, I just kind of nod.
Absolutely. If that can prevent. Mother kind of trails off. Destruction.
With that, she nods. I will instruct C4 to, and she kind of motions around, dispose of these. I know he's quite anxious to get into this wing to, as she carefully steps amongst the bodies, to explore.
Mm.
come with me. Lob, as she comes out into the hallway, she nods respectfully towards you, but also cautiously and
I'm just kind of leaning up against the wall, kind of in a guard position, but making sure that even though the doors are closed at the end of the hallway, that no one is entering them.
okay.
Is there a way you know of to identify cursed servants of that group?
um,
Or to
pardon
detect?
me. She doesn't understand your question.
Like Nikolai, those who were cursed by the blood of Vol. Is there a way to identify or detect them?
She kind of nods her understanding. From what we have discovered, there is no way to detect. We've only caught those. We've only discovered them when through their inaction or bizarre interactions that their treachery was discovered. We suspect there are many others. We suspect, in fact, that perhaps even high-ranking members of certain houses may be affected.
I'll look at these guys. I'm thinking about the guy on the train.
Ooh.
He's
So
a
as
high-ranking member
she's
of my house.
yep, as she's walking, the door opens, and the human fighter comes in, and this time he's got it all. He's got shield, like he's just
You can't see him over the pile of
barely
stuff he's carrying.
exactly, and he slowly starts kind of setting everything down, and he looks at you, Dove, as you're the one that told him to be careful, and says, "It's all here, love," and he winks at you.
Okay, nod.
Thank you, sir.
Pick my
Of
stuff out of the
course.
pile.
A word of
Go ahead.
a word of warning. Be advised, at least two other groups have attacked us, may attack you, or may be after us. Be wary out there. Dark daggers and, well, marshals, of course.
Both the male and Seti exchange a long look, and then he says to you, "Much appreciated that. We'll be on the lookout." Lob, as you go to take the blade, "That's a fine piece there, that," he says to you, Lob.
I'm on mute. I ignore his words.
You are
And
such
I
an
somehow
ass.
disagree that a greatsword only weighs 6 pounds. But I don't acknowledge him.
Okay.
I agree. I wish I were capable of such craftsmanship.
He studies you, Mother. let's see. He studies you for a bit, but he just kind of shakes his head. You've the look of a craftsman about you. Mayhap one day you'll forge a blade as fine as that one.
Thank you, sir. I hope someday I will have the skill high to forge something useful. For now, unfortunately, more pressing matters.
He nods, companionably, and Seti turns towards you, Dove, and just says, "Remember, check the drop. I'll send word if we have any breakthroughs with Nikolai. In the meantime, we'll ensure he doesn't cause any more trouble. And we'll also keep him safe." And with that, they both turn and leave, heading up the stairs.
We should do the same. What time of day is it?
Let's take a look.
As we gather up our stuff and head outside.
It is about 4:30. So before you guys go throughout the whole complex, where are you headed next? Where do you want to go?
I would think, like as far as this place goes, I'm ready to leave.
Yeah,
Right.
same.
But I think we might want to go to that drop place and see if we can figure out if we have a backup contact in the city or if we have a change of orders.
Well, we have the change of order document that she gave us that
Well,
we need to go to the house and
right,
get our
I think we have
new
to-
handler.
I think we have to use that to call in and figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we should probably do that, make that a priority.
Okay.
And then I could certainly
Well-
use a rest. I think we all could use a long rest at this point.
Yeah. Do you want to cast any spells at this point to recover anything?
Yeah, I might as well burn a second level cure wounds spell.
I'm gonna see what Dalavash has.
He's
One
also
left.
wounded himself too.
He is also
Right.
wounded. He's going to
Recommend
roll
short
that.
rest.
Is that not even good
Actually,
for me?
that would be a pretty good idea, a short rest.
But not here in case the leader returns.
Hmm.
Well, where do you want to take it?
How far away is the hotel?
Across town, I think.
A ways, yeah. It'd probably be about 40 minutes away at this point.
How close is the place we need to go to talk to whoever to get our new orders?
There are places. The closest one is in the marketplace where you guys have been to before.
Which is about the same distance, right?
Correct. No, it's closer. You guys stopped there. Okay. So Dalavash regains 11 hit
Yeah,
points.
I got 13
So he's
back.
now 37. And he is out of spells. Mother,
Yeah.
do you have any spells you want to?
Apologize
Yes,
would heal, but anticipate further attacks.
Do you really?
Okay.
Does anyone need it? I have 2 potions of healings. I could just give someone one if we think we need more.
Suggest short rest outside of town if we are on the out.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys
Just
could
go
find
outside
a
the city
place.
walls and
Yeah. I think I actually have.
We don't get attacked. Most of us don't have any spells left.
Okay.
Well, I'm out of third levels, but I have my first levels left.
I'm out of second, thirds, and I have 2 firsts left.
Let's see. Okay.
Recommends finding new place to stay also. Pretty.
All right. So, grass is probably a lot greener than this, but it's just a nice little countryside. That was the closest one I had ready. So there's more trees, green grass, hills, and you managed to find a spot that is someplace that you could observe. Now, let's take a quick break. If you guys want, if you haven't already left,
Nope.
You can go ahead and take a short rest and use any hit die to
Alright.
recover. All right.
I will take back my one superiority dice.
Forgot that. Recover on short rest. Nice.
What? Oh, yeah. My Bardic Inspirations do now, too.
Nice.
I'm just gonna do 3 of them.
Of course, I could have just hit the take a rest button.
So I'm still down a couple hit points.
AFK 1 minute.
Bathroom break.
Should have brought a picnic to this grassy knoll.
If we knew, we might have.
I mean, who doesn't have rations?
True.
True. Or I should take conjure food and water.
No, because
Magic.
how often is this going to happen?
Magic muffins.
That sounds
Nothing.
delicious.
Nothing is better than a magic muffin. Or a magic sweet roll.
Wheat mana rolls.
Good one.
Table poles.
It's a World of Warcraft thing.
I see.
Healthstones poles. Summon
Oh.
poles.
Don't know that one.
Or actually, they call them cookies. Lock cookies.
I like cookies.
Oh. Yeah, the Healthstones. I mean, D&D should have a Resurrection Stone. I'm surprised it hasn't made its way into the D&D rules. Might be a little overpowering, though.
What, you don't think it's easy enough?
What, D&D or WoW?
D&D.
Well, I mean, imagine if you were knocked down and then you say, I decide to pop my Resurrection Stone. So I pop back up.
Oh, you mean Soulstone, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I mean, there's the half-orc racial that if you get knocked to 0, you get to make a save or something, and if you make it, you like heal hit points.
If you get knocked to 0, you go back to 1.
Yeah.
But you can only use it once per long rest.
There is that. I forget what the rules are or what it's even called. Something like Soul Jar or Magic Jar? A spell?
I don't know how it works in 5th edition, but in previous editions, I think that allows you to be resurrectable because you're basically putting your soul into a container.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm guessing that's basically what Soulstone was emulating, but
I don't think you can do it, like, actively. Like, you don't have control over it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you did put your soul into a jar, you'd want to give it to somebody you trust, or keep it and have, like, contingency spells. Do they still have contingency spells?
Not sure.
No. I know in earlier editions they used to have, like, contingency spells. They were kind of like permanents, but they would require a trigger to, like, set them off.
So how much did Jim use those?
I don't think we ever got high enough to get into those, like.
What? You're getting high?
No, I'm not getting high. I'm talking about like earlier editions, like high level spellcasters had all kinds of spells that modified, like, spells that would cast automatically and like contingency and permanency and
yeah.
How high level wizards were basically immortal because they could they had the clone spell.
Yeah,
and if they died, they could just send their soul into a new clone.
I mean, that was why they were always referred to as glass cannons, because at low level they were super squishy, but at high level they were super powerful. Looks like Nate's back.
Well,
I am
I
back.
have to say, in the Stars Without Numbers game, I thought it was interesting that when you go up levels, you don't add to your current hit points. You basically re-roll the number of hit dice you have and take that total.
Huh?
So like in D&D, say you're a level 1 character, you have 1 hit dice, and you roll and you get a 6. So at first level, your hit points are a 6. Okay. When you hit second level, when you roll the hit dice for your second level advancement, you don't add that result to 6.
You just roll 2d6
That-
instead of 1d6 kind of thing, or
and that becomes your new
becomes your new
total.
So you could feasibly have less hit points.
Hmm.
as a
Correct.
new-
And which happened, I think, to one of the pitches.
Of course it did.
Shocking.
They ended up like second level with like fewer hit points than they had at first level.
Yeah. Because if it's going to
Well,
happen to anyone, it's going to happen to a Pitts.
Yeah, I think it's designed to where no matter what, you will at least go up by a certain amount of hit points.
Right. I
Like,
mean,
I think
you're always increasing. It's just that you don't keep
I think it was
adding.
Brian actually.
to the-
Brian rolled like ridiculously good on his first level, but only went up a little because he rolled shitty on his second level.
Hmm.
But yeah,
He's still gonna get one-shotted though.
Well, I mean, it's an interesting mechanic.
Mhm.
it is.
Yeah.
It's just not like you're not going to be that character with 150 hit points. You're just, I mean, your hit points technically do go up. It's just not. You just don't keep adding to what you had previously.
Dead air.
But yeah, first level mages,
Yeah.
1d4, 1d4 hit
Unlimited
points.
spells.
Yeah.
No cantrips.
A stiff breeze would kill you.
Time for the dagger. Unrelated aside, in talking about that conversation on RPG settings and well-developed settings, am I the only one who would want to play Shadowrun doing other things like just taking a road trip in that setting or
No,
smuggling?
you are not, sir. You are definitely not. I have seen many different, like, let's do this, let's do that. The problem is you gotta. The whole group is not going to agree to that.
Mm.
You may have 2 players that like, yeah, let's take a road trip, and everyone else is like, yeah, no.
You have to make the characters for that kind of game too.
Yeah.
Like you have to tell the party what they're making before you do it. Like
No,
Go
I
ahead.
do have to say, the more we play Blades in the Dark, we haven't played a heist yet. But if the heists work out the way, as convenient as the way they describe them in the rules, then I might adopt that kind of method if or when I go back to Shadowrun.
I mean, that's what Abrea did with that Critical Role offshoot, was she even called out Blades in the Dark when she was
Yeah.
giving everybody their heist abilities.
Because it empowers the players not to be so planning orientated
Mhm.
and just giving the players the power that their characters are going to know what they're doing.
Even though
Because
the players don't. Yeah, exactly. I thought that was
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
Because-
that could help a lot.
They would describe a flashback where they actually paid off
Yep.
some street urchin to open the back door
Yep.
or whatever. Yeah. I
that
thought
that
was
is
pretty
that is
cool.
yeah, no, that's a Blades thing.
Yep.
But like, you are given an assignment or a job or whatever, a heist, and you basically pick your like, how do you want to approach it? And it doesn't involve planning. It just, this is we want to bust through the front door, so we are going to, strong arm it. And you make an initial roll based on, it's basically like a luck roll. It's not like based on anyone's particular skill at all. On it, that sets your starting position. So like, yeah, if you wanted to pick strong arm your way into the complex and you fail, your opening position is weakened. But if you roll really well, maybe you busted your way past the front door. Like, it takes a lot of the like minutia and like
Yeah.
like the hours and hours of planning that
Yeah.
never seems to work.
And it lets you seem like a clever heist planner when things randomly
Right.
happen that you didn't plan for. Yeah.
Right. But like I said, I have read the rules. I haven't actually put them into practical use.
I'm sure we'll mess them up somehow.
Maybe. We'll stumble through them, but
All right. So we're back.
Okay, did everyone take a short rest?
Sure
Roll. Yeah,
Burned
looks
some
like you
heads.
did.
Oh,
I
anybody who did some short resting can add a d6.
Ooh.
I mean, anybody who burned a hit die can add a d6.
Too late.
Oh,
all right.
Song of Rest.
Just so that everyone knows, I was uninjured.
Yeah,
So
I got one more. hit
Yeah,
die.
yeah. So you just get a d6 to your rest.
Yeah, I'm just there telling
Oh,
stories,
hell
playing a
yeah.
little tune or something, and
That is amazing.
it's a d6. Yep.
So with that, Dalavash only needed to use one hit dice.
Sweet.
Nice picnic.
Yeah, it's not per hit die; it's total, but still.
Right. I know. But yeah, he rolled a 6 on the d6
Nice.
and a 4 on his, like he rolled shit. He rolled a 1 on his hit die. So between his con bonus and your 6, he's full health and he still has 5 hit dice to spend.
Nice.
So that is brilliant. Okay, so the short rest passes. During your short rest, you can choose to identify items.
Oh yes, I would like to do the cloak, and I'll give someone else the light crossbow to identify if they want.
Okay. So while they're on your character sheet, I am going to second. Oh, there's a way to do this. Oops.
Stay a while and listen.
Stay a while. There it is. There's the demystify button. Okay. That is a light crossbow +1. And a cloak of protection. The cloak of protection, you gain +1 bonus to AC and saving throws.
Yes.
Yes, it is a very, very powerful item that also requires attunement.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, Mother needs it.
What is it? You just totally unlocked a memory in my brain that I had to look up. What was that?
Cloak of protection.
Cloak of
Okay, thank you.
protection and a +1 crossbow.
Does
Light
anybody
crossbow.
here use crossbows?
You do.
I do, but I'm not gonna take it if anyone else wants it because I got way better spells.
I do, but I don't use light crossbows.
Okay.
I can
Might
use a
be.
hand one, but I am way better going in. So with you staying back and casting your spells, if all else fails, it's better you have something you can get range with,
Right.
especially
That's
if it's
why
a
I've been
plus
carrying
one.
around the regular light crossbow anyway. So I mean, yeah, it's an extra +1.
It might be useful for staff, actually, since I forget. Do you have any magic weapons yet?
I don't think so. But again, most of the time I'm going to be up front, and I have a longbow that I think Dalavash gave me.
Yeah, you definitely have a long bow. But yeah, you tend to use more 2-weapon fighting than anything.
Yeah,
But
All right. Well,
I need to get a magical
actually, do you need
rapier
to
or
attune
something
to
like
a light
that.
crossbow? No. I don't think magic weapons you need to attune to, right? Unless they're like big fancy ones.
right, yeah. The only the cloak requires attunement.
Okay. So the cloak of protection. We should probably discuss who that is best suited for.
Be good for Saf also, actually, because lower AC.
Mm-hmm. And she's going to be right up in the front.
But it has that symbol on it.
That's a question to the DM.
It does currently have a symbol that was identified with the followers of Vol.
Can it be modified?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll wear
In
it after
fact,
it's
it's-
modified because I'm not putting
Yeah.
that on when
Alright.
that shit is on there
It-
now.
It's a patch, so you could literally just cut it right off.
Fair enough.
Cool. Yeah.
That affects armor class as well as saving throws?
Yep. What,
Got it.
-1 or +1 armor class, -1 on my second edition all of a sudden. Yeah, so I'll pass it over to her.
Yep. If you right click, you should be able to give
Give item.
the item and then choose Saf.
Should something have popped up?
I didn't get anything. Let me
'Cause
see.
I hit offer item and it's like got a red box around it now.
It should have popped up
On her end.
Right.
on her end.
I didn't get anything.
I'll try it again. Close.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Oh.
Blah, blah, blah. Yes.
There.
Boom.
Now it's gone. Okay.
Cool.
You might have
So-
gotten an error. That's fine.
Can
Yeah,
I...
So,
Can you attune during a short rest?
mm,
Or
Or
does
is
it
it a
need to be
long
attuned
rest?
at all?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
the
said
that
cloak
one
does,
does
yeah.
need to be attuned.
I don't remember how long it takes to attune to an item.
I
But
think
it's-
it's a long rest.
But it took the whole rest just to identify it, so you need another
Yeah.
rest probably to attune it anyway.
I'll put it on still. I'll equip it, but I don't know. It's not attuned to it. So she looks cool, but she's not. It's not effective. Oh, actually, I didn't even check to see if my AC
Man,
went
I
up.
was going to say something assholish, but I won't.
So, attuning to
What's
an
stopping
item
you?
requires a creature to spend a short rest focus on only that item while being in physical contact with him. This cannot be the same short rest used to learn the item's property.
There we
Okay,
go.
that's fine.
So you just need your next short rest. So you have it equipped but not attuned. So right now, all it is a cloak.
Yep.
Okay.
What's stopping me is that for the last day or so, Lob is particularly quiet around the party.
Hmm.
Oh,
That's
I thought
what's
you
stopping
meant yourself in general. Like,
No, it was a Lob comment.
oh,
Bob's going through some shit.
sounds like a personal problem.
I think we've all learned better than to question Lob, because then he gets mad and in your face.
Or if you make your own choices, he gets mad because he's a child.
Your camera needs to be on, Jamie. I feel like you probably made a face just then that we can't see.
No, I did make a face. I just, all right, I'll turn my damn camera
I
on.
could hear that clinking of the
guys.
ice and then
And then you split the party.
Well, I mean, I'm just the GM, but I feel like y'all have some shit you need to talk through as characters, but I'm not gonna force it.
Yeah, no, I'm waiting for it to happen organically, and I don't think it's going to happen. So
Yeah, go fuck yourself. Fuck you.
Lob is more one for. Wait, is he one for bottling up his feelings?
He is
Not
because
really.
he doesn't know how to express it, except with rage.
Fuck you, Seth.
Sorry, I know
Right.
you.
Short rest is done. Where are you guys headed next?
probably to contact the home office.
Yep.
Okay.
Figure
A
out
civis
what our
baby.
next move should be.
You guys kind of take a meandering route. In fact, you go through like a different gate to get into Fairhaven.
Checking for
Um,
people following us.
Yep.
Looking
Okay.
out.
This one.
As you approach the city, and there are main thoroughfares, so there's a lot of traffic, all directions, coming into Fairhaven. As you guys are walking, you see someone dressed nicely, carrying a big, almost like a mail bag. And
Burlap sack.
what's that?
A burlap sack.
Burlap sap, yes.
It's very fine quality canvas. But in seeing you, he quickly approaches your party. And first he turns to Dove, and then looks towards Safiel and back again. He 3 times, and then suddenly pulls out a sheet of paper, looks at it, reads, looks at Dove, then looks at Safiel, reads again, folds it up, and approaches Safiel.
Great.
My lady, I have a letter for someone matching your description.
Perfect.
Buddy, she's no lady.
He just
You can ignore him.
gives a polite smile, reaches into his bag and holds out a letter to you.
Okay, I will take it. Thank you. And I'll give him, I don't know, what do I have? I have no money. I'll give him a gold piece. Or I'll give him a silver piece.
Silver piece? He takes the coin, knuckles his forehead. My lady, thank you. You are most kind. And
Thank you.
He walks away.
Okay, I'm gonna pull off to the side. And I'm gonna open it. Does it say anything on the front or back?
On the front, it just says Safiel.
Oh.
Oh, helpful.
And on the back, there is a seal, and it is sealed. And you don't recognize the signet, but it is there.
Recognize the handwriting.
As you open it up, yes, maybe.
Okay.
Hold. Actually, crap. Hold on. Don't look at it just yet.
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe actually crap.
I have 3 that I have 4 that have my name on them, so
Okay. This one is called Note to Safiel.
okay, and I can open it now?
You can open it.
Alright. Ooh, thanks for the name.
Is there anything you wish to share?
Can I read?
I'm just watching her face as she reads.
I don't know, can you?
God.
Mother, that's my job. Please back off.
Alright, so she's gonna close the leather.
What
Okay.
do you believe you can do, Humor?
And she's going to say, we have a place that we should go to tonight.
Oh?
A new hotel that we could potentially stay at. So we're not at Jazz's. And she looks at Mother. Because I was able to do what I needed to. Thomas's Tomas's master has agreed to meet with us tonight at Heavy is the Crown.
We heard of this place yet? No.
So
Tonight, you say?
It's not one that you have stayed at.
Okay.
yes, this evening
So no time for a long rest. So
at a
if we're
private
walking
suite. Shit.
into another ambush, we are at 0 power.
Well, I highly doubt that's the case. But if you don't want to go, I'll go by myself. And I can give you all the information, because I don't need fancy spells.
You wound me.
I'm sure you'll be okay.
I stumble back and faint. Oh!
She will catch her and be like, "You're so dramatic."
So quick are you? You just
And
survived.
suddenly she drops me. The voice.
Oh yes, that would be perfect. I don't care what she says. This in her head, even though her face is giving attitude. She's like, "I don't care what you have to say. I don't know if I can even trust you, but I trust him more than you. This is what Lob wanted." What?
Go back to that first part again.
Bro, you can't ask me shit like that. I don't remember what
Oh,
I said.
Jesus Christ. I had a comeback line. I had something to say, and I completely forgot.
Well, she didn't say it out loud, so.
Right, but she said she had a look on her face.
Oh, I have an attitude
Oh.
showing on my face. Is
Yeah.
what I said. If that's
You,
What's the
you
attitude?
guys have come to recognize, because she gets interrupted. It's as if someone is talking to her. So
Oh, I know what it was.
mid speech.
Just out of complete context, Love says, "I agree."
Agreed.
She looks at him. She's like, "I did this for you. I know you didn't ask, but I did this for you. You can at least pretend to be thankful."
Bullshit. At least it is not the wretched Kalistar.
Yeah, you should be happy. This puts off going there for at least a little bit, hopefully. I don't want to go there as much as you, but they might have answers for us, especially if we can get you to be gone. Not yet. Whatever. I don't have to be nice to you.
Apparently. Think, Warden. What kind of being could force a dragon into an agreement? I do not like this.
Probably another dragon. They're probably best friends and they got into an argument. But we'll find out, won't we? And you have to go whether you like it or not.
He just growled her head.
She's satisfied. I don't want her.
So, time-wise, you guys took a long rest, so I'm going to say we have burned 2 hours. So, it is about 7 o'clock evening.
And what time
Oh.
did they arrange for a meet?
No, he didn't say. Can you send him a message and ask him, first of all, what time he wants to meet, and second, what private suite we need to meet him in?
Who are you asking
We
that?
can just go there and talk to him.
I mean, we could. I was gonna have him ask Tomas. That way we don't have to, like... Well, we need to
Yeah,
arrange a room
Message
anyway,
is
I
like a
guess.
3rd level spell. None of us have 3rd level slots anymore.
Oh, right. Fuck. Whatever.
Ask,
All right.
Oh, who are you asking? That's where I was confused.
I was asking Dove or Mother, someone
Oh.
to send a message, but I guess neither of them can. We can go there.
Mhm.
No,
What's our cutoff tonight?
I'd like
You-
to leave by 9:30, but I could play as late as like 9:45, which when either way, I don't think a big role playing scene is going to fit in.
Yeah. What are you guys still planning on going by the Civis stone first?
I think we should. But do they have like
Okay.
hours? Do they have limited hours or anything like that? Because 7 o'clock at
it
night.
would probably be open all hours because I mean, think about it. It's the primary form of communication
Right. Yeah.
for business, for everything. So they're probably honestly open 24 hours a day.
Okay. And really, all we've got to do is, we've got to keep it coded because we don't want the person helping translate the message know all the details of what's going on. But we should at least let them know that Nikolai has been compromised and we're not sure what our orders are.
Right.
Well, it probably
Simple
might. It
as
might
that.
say what we need to say in that envelope.
Yeah, what is it actually in the envelope? I would have taken a peek during the rest.
Just the wait.
It's just the
what
permission.
envelope?
It's just the permission to use the thing, right?
What are we talking about?
He gave us something to contact the
Oh,
house
yeah.
with.
It's just a set of like keys basically that
Authorization
establish
codes and
your
whatever.
authorization and set up
Set up the
a
call.
very unique and almost encrypted communication method,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, that's what I thought. So it just gives us access to contact them. What we say is our own wherewithal. Which I think I'm just going to keep it as somewhat vague as possible.
Yep.
We need a new contact because Nikolai's been compromised.
Let's see
Yeah,
if
and
they have-
that's basically all you would need to do. You would have a preset, series of
Codes
codes to
Yeah.
use, right?
for this very purpose.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you guys would be able to get that set up.
Yep. So we'll do that first. And then we can, I guess, head over and meet this guy and hope it's not another trap because none of us are in any kind of condition to deal with it if it is.
I wouldn't say none of us.
Well, not, you know what I mean? I still have cantrips and shit too. I can do damage. It's just, we don't have the healing we'd need for when people start getting beat down.
So I mean, you guys are very cautious. It is getting evening, but it's not dark. It's not full dark by any means.
Mm-hmm.
And you get everything set up with you basically set up two information drops, one for SETI and one to start the communication. You get a reply almost immediately for the first one, setting up with the 12. And the message is short. It basically says, understood. Stand by. Return tomorrow morning for reassignment.
Okay.
Because the Council of 12 maintains communications 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
There's always someone standing by. So the message is immediately replied to, but there's not yet any assignment. All right. Now, you don't quite know where Heavy as the Crown is, but if you choose to ask around, in fact, you know from past experience, members of House Civis who operate the stones are usually very good people to go to for directions like that.
Going our way out of the office last then.
Yeah. And part of the reason why this is not an inn you have considered before is that it is very close to it's smack dab in the middle of the richest part of town, and it is where most visiting dignitaries and things like that stay. It is a very fancy and very expensive inn. But you do get directions to it.
Okay. We can at least scope it out for now. Walk by and see if we need to get gussied up before we go in. If it's on the rich side of town.
Probably at least look nice.
Snap my fingers and I look nice.
Yeah, I'll say Mystify, and she's in like a suit, kind of like when we went to the
The ball there.
when you and I went to go talk to try and find Nikolai the first time, and she was like in one of those like suits.
Right.
Yeah,
You got a little Hillary pantsuit going on.
sure. Oh boy.
The guys all look beat up and we look like we haven't seen combat in months. We're just like head to toe, just hi.
Yeah, hopefully we cleaned up all that blood.
Oh well.
Or bone, actually. They were undead, so.
True.
Blood from you don't have blood. Well, you don't have blood, right?
He's got oil
do
seeping
you
out
have
of all his joints.
Some kind of a fluid.
Okay.
I'm lubricating. Delubricating?
Yeah,
I
I
can
guess.
say it.
I used to say
That's
when
what she
I
said.
cut myself, I'd be decaffeinating.
Beautiful.
But if you can be defenestrated, can you be refenestrated?
I suppose you throw somebody back in a window.
Yeah, throw them back through. Even though it's broken, it's not going to make it fix.
I
But
was trying all day yesterday to find it. There was a comedian that had a bit about how weird language is, and that's where I first learned the word defenestrate. And I can't find the bit. It's hard to Google it when you don't know what the comedian's name was.
Mother will look at Lob. Do you have fancy clothing?
What do I need fancy clothing for?
Good question.
We may not.
that's his presentation. Shouldn't be a surprise that he
Yeah.
looks like that.
If we wanted to go in and be low key, then we'd have to look like we belong here.
Just act natural. Do
No.
not hit anyone.
Act the complete opposite of yourself. Don't hit anyone. Be polite. Don't swear. Fuck
Alright.
you making a face for, huh?
Biting my tongue.
There you
So-
go. That's all you have to do.
What kind of patrons are coming and going out of this place when we get there?
So when you get here, it is, like I said, it is a very upper class
Hoity-toity.
establishment. It is definitely something that, to the point where you do feel, especially since while your wounds were healed, the state of your clothes and things like that is probably not in the best. You're feeling a little self-conscious.
Well, some of us.
Yeah, some of us are.
Some of us, yeah. As
Some
you
of us
go-
don't care.
Yeah. So as you go to the an inn, or enter the inn, you are greeted at the door, they ask, do you have any luggage, anything like that, and they escort you where a maitre d introduces himself, and while he is mostly professional, he is giving you some looks. But he asks if you are looking for a room.
We are not. We're looking to meet with someone.
But of course, who are you looking to meet?
I'll look at Saf because she's the one who actually got the invitation.
Tomas.
Yes. Right this way. And he brings you.
I'm a little surprised that he didn't use an alias. Honestly.
Yeah, me too. Unless it is an alias.
Oh.
Well, I mean, Saf, he probably would have told you.
Yeah, that too. I would hope he would have told me if he was going to use a different name.
Right.
Right.
Well,
he didn't give you. That's my point. He didn't give you any anything else to call him. So you made the right call, right? That's what I'm getting at.
Yep.
Okay. Oops.
Donovan, you've been strangely quiet all day. Is everything okay?
Just look lost in thought.
He's only speaking to us in our minds.
Right. I don't like the sound of this, guys. Okay.
He's asking, where do you think they keep the booze?
He's not a boozy in this game.
He's a good boy.
He is the bestest boy.
All right. My apologies, real quick. Set up.
Gonna set up the scene and end on a cliffhanger.
Would I do that?
Would you not do that?
Okay, people. Okay, there's that.
It's scrambling to find the right backdrop.
No, the backdrop's a little bit of quick editing. Apologies. Oops. Okay, so he escorts you to the please. Oh, you gotta be freaking kidding me. I don't have Tomas. Oh. Hold on. I guarantee you.
Is his real name showing again?
No, I had him in Roll20, but not in You know.
Oh, yeah, we saw him as a
Gotcha.
token, but not as a figure.
Okay, well, quick upload. Give me a sec. I have all the art saved. It just wasn't. Okay. Character. Huh. No, there is a better image to have. But oh well, this will work. I am 100% sure a better image. Somewhere. Okay, so the Maynard D takes you up, and you go to a room. He takes you all the way to the top at the largest suite. I mean, this is damn near an entire floor of the inn, right? Wow. Yeah. Oh well, this will work. It's gonna look like a potato quality. But okay, so you make it into the inn, or he leads you to the suite where he knocks, and the door is opened with no one standing there. And he just motions for you all to enter.
I will go first. Holy shit.
Pretty lavish.
Incredibly, and there are side rooms and things like that. But as you enter,
The
Tomas
potato.
approaches.
Lord Batchelder.
Yeah, this I know I have a full a better picture. I cut that down to make a portrait in Roll20, but whatever. It's fine. It's fine.
He's so close, it's blurry. It's like, dude, step back.
Exactly. Yeah, dude, just
I'm
Ease
new to my
up.
room.
so the first thing you guys notice is that Tomas is quite visibly
Blurry.
damaged.
Oh.
While he has no open wounds, there are bruises and welts all over.
Hmm.
As he approaches, he is very stiff and formal.
But he's making every effort to not act like he's been bruised or whatever.
Correct.
Okay, so I'm not going to acknowledge it either. If he's
Yeah.
not acknowledging it, then I'm not going to acknowledge it.
Fine. Then I won't acknowledge it either.
Ha ha ha.
Or she will give him a concerned look, like trying to say, "Are you okay?" but obviously not speaking it,
Mm-hmm.
to see if he will speak that way.
Okay. He does not seem to respond, though. Saf, when you give him that look, his eyes flare fiercely, and just the tiniest upturn, just one corner of his mouth, goes into just the hint of a smile, and the most imperceptible of nods.
Okay.
He says to you, bowing low, says, "Welcome. Come this way, and I will introduce you to my master." As he walks further into the room, you see a man, very young looking, lounging in a high, ornate chair. This thing is almost a throne. And as you approach, he stands and crosses the distance while Tomas bows and backs away. The man standing before you, the first thing you notice, is his fiery red eyes. As he looks over all of you, carefully studying you, one second.
I'll make a
see if I-
comment.
See,
He
yes,
kinda
go
looks.
ahead.
He kind of looks androgynous.
Kind of does.
Almost like he was drawn in Japan.
Or he hasn't quite decided what his current form should look like.
As he stands, you feel a sense of power radiating from him. He approaches, and as he turns and looks all of you over, his eyes settle on you, Doug. I have waited a long time. It is good to finally meet you, my daughter. And an image burns in your head of a magnificent red dragon, the form visible behind him, the eyes blazing, and a smile creeps across his face.
Kind of.
And that is where we'll end.
That's a good dramatic place to stop. Yeah.
All right. We will pick back up. I'm going to check Emily's schedule, my wife's schedule. if possible, I'd like to schedule a game for next Wednesday.
Yeah.
So I will let you know.
All right.
All right.
Sounds good to me.
All right, everyone.
Woo, good
Thank
time.
you.
Thank
Damn.
you.
Yeah.
All right.